Hey guys, today I have a bit of a random topic I want to talk about. I had the thought of discussing certain developers and their games and, how they go about it. And lately, I happen to be playing some of Gameloft's games, specifically the ones on Steam. Now, if you know anything about Gameloft, they are more known for their mobile games like the Modern Combat series, the Gangstar games, and a few others. If you could see anything in common with their games, they're pretty much mobile versions of already big games like Call of Duty, GTA, Halo, you see what I mean? Initially, this might seem like a bad thing, but I'll tell you why it is and why it isn't. When it comes to mobile games, Gameloft is one of the best, or at least used to be. If you know anything about mobile gaming, it is littered with trash. Many problems like false advertisement, microtransactions, and like every game is trying to copy each other and most of them are bad. There are exceptions cause Minecraft exists, but mobile gaming has to be one of the worst, if not the worst way to game. So you might be wondering, duh, we already knew most of that. But that's where I have to tip my fedora to Gameloft. Their games aren't perfect, but mostly avoid the mobile cancer. Mostly. Like, the worst thing about their games is probably multiplayer matchmaking and the long in-game progression. You'll see what I mean later. Now, their games are copies, but the best thing about them is that they're at least good copies. There's plenty of games on the App Store that can have appealing screenshots or ads. Then you play the game, and it's the same old copy and pasted bullshit. Like, at the very least, if you look at a Gameloft screenshot or trailer, that's probably what the game will look like. But then the next question is, why Gameloft? Like, who cares? Like, why them? Well, it's established that Gameloft has made good mobile games, even if not original, and they've been doing it for a long time, since like 2006. That's like prehistoric times for mobile gaming. And I think it gets more interesting with the games they chose to put on Steam, because that's completely different territory. You would think a mobile game on PC? That sounds terrible. Now, in some ways you would be right, but in other ways, Gameloft pulls it off. They have a handful of games on Steam, but I want to focus on what I would consider the main three, the holy trinity, if you will. You see, you have a couple of Modern Combat games, another shooter called Sniper Fury, then I think the third one is kind of up to you. For me, it's this medieval RPG called Iron Blade medieval RPG. Then they do have some other games, but I don't want to get into that one or that one. MOBA? I mean, I might try that. Okay, that one I probably won't try. But I find it interesting trying to play their mobile games on PC. I think it can show a different way of critiquing a game. I'm not reviewing and playing these games just as some ordinary PC game on Steam. I'm reviewing them knowing Gameloft's history and obviously that they're mobile to PC ports. To most people, that's a bad thing. Like, who'd want to play a mobile ported game on your PC? I've actually played a lot of mobile ports lately, but I see it as an opportunity to play and judge a game differently. On the better end of things, there are games that are free and graphically accessible to pretty much everybody. On the lesser end, games that aren't original and have mobile game features. But I've seen plenty games ported to PC and pull it off better than others. It's easy to play one of them and instantly call them bad, but I think it's more interesting and fun to try to see these games in a positive light when done correctly. I also think that's something you'll notice in my reviews. I try to be positive about most games, but I gotta keep it real with a game's flaws and problems. So I feel like I have more room to review and critique certain games, like certain indie games or mobile ported games. But I want to start with Gameloft because I already knew their games before I played them on Steam. Now I have a more different, more critical, but more casual view on their games nowadays. Like I said, the worst thing about their games is the multiplayer matchmaking and the long in-game progression. Anyway, you guys can expect some videos and reviews for some Gameloft games. I plan on taking a look and reviewing many games you guys wouldn't expect to see. I just so happened to discover Gameloft's Steam games, and it seemed like a decent place to start. They have a slightly addicting casual nature about them. I have more hours on their games, I'd like to admit, so I might as well review them. If I did already review them, you can probably find them in the description or in a playlist. I hope you guys are enjoying the direction of the channel. I'm just trying to make content on the games I'm already playing while trying to make them interesting enough for you guys to watch. I don't think I pulled that off with the Fallout videos. There will be lots of videos and topics that might be too specific for some of you guys to enjoy, but I'm also trying to make more accessible, casual videos for the rest of you. This video might stand somewhere in the middle, but I might lose some of you when it comes to actually reviewing these games. Anyway, I would appreciate any feedback on how you guys feel about all of that. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope to see you guys in those reviews. Peace.